Hello there, this is vibespidersstudios here with another video again. I just want to say how long it's been since I've been doing these voiceovers, and how this show in particular that I'm going to talk about today is Resha Sentai Togu, or aka Togu Express. This show came out in 2014, 2015, along with other specials and movies. And I will also talk about how the show was never Americanized as Power Rangers, because it was skipped for the next series, which is the, let's call it again, the Shuriken Sentai Nienja show. That they favor that show more than this show, which I understandably why the US or North America has not made it into use the stock footage from this show is because this show is kind of weird in a sense if you don't understand Japan and the trains in Japan, because it will just blow over you if you don't understand the trains if you have not been to Japan. For one thing, when they do their transformations, the voiceover for transforming, they repeat the same voiceover, which is twice, which is understandably when you go on a train and you hear your stop twice, because that's what trains do or buses do, because to remind you when to get off to your stop, so you won't forget. And also the series favors more on the imagination and the power of instead of friendship and stuff like that. It's the power comes from imagination, which I think it's kind of interesting how a series like this actually gets straightforward, because this show is quite charming compared to other shows of the Sentai series that I watch besides Fireman back in the 90s. So this I will only talk about maybe the entire full-on story and the characters, but not really talk about I will probably talk about the transformations being so cool, and how they don't segregate to their own colors, which is I think it's the best thing that the show can do, is the Rangers don't have to be the same color all the time, and it's quite interesting how unique the transformations are in the series. By all means, this is only the Japanese series, and it's only Japanese exclusive only. So there's no such thing as comparison between the two, any shows from America or any other show. So let's get on to forward about the plot of the story, which is simple and clear. It is about five adults being it's just kind of confusing the first episode, that the first episode is the five, I'm looking at the article here, five young people travel on the Rainbow Line. The Rainbow Line, as you see, is the Russia main you see how they're looking like toys and stuff like that. And when they arrive to the station, which has been taken over the evil villain, the Shadow Line, their memories are just blurred because they only remember their only childhood and lost, and then they need to be found. And the only place that they remember the most is the tree near the sea, and the five people vow to figure out to be friends and figure out where they come from and try to figure out how to get back home. So if you kind of hear me jumble up or mess up some stuff, by all means, you can correct me, because this is my raw feelings on the show, and I will go by as much as possible of the actual storyline of the series that I'm going to talk about. And as well, I will put in the specials and movies, everything that covers the entire Reisha Sentai toqger series. So enjoy the video, and I hope that inspires you to watch the show yourself. And let's get on to the video. Okay, so the first thing you have to know about the series is I will spoil the entire series without a doubt. Like, this is jumbled up mess. I'm gonna like straight up from my brain. So if you haven't watched the series, by all means, you kind of have to understand like the entire whole series as a whole. So if I'm saying something like a huge spoiler that is important to the series, I am kind of sorry about that. So, um, and also if YouTube asks me to cut series, like if I can't use any footage, to the point I can't even use the scenes, I would alter the cut scene, the scenes of the show to be different saturations, or just put still pictures, or even just putting up my own gameplay footage to avoid like any concerns that I need to cut. But like to my expectations, I don't even care about like the copyright issues, so long as it's not blocked in any country or like there's some audio missing in between. It's not my fault, and if that actually happens, I'll post up the entire unclipped video somewhere else if that ever happens.